Call Halalim, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who taught us this word, the men here on earth today, all right, ushering in the kingdom of heaven, okay. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Akim out there spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth, present their bodies as a living sacrifice as the scriptures teach us to do, all right, week in and week out, day in and day out. All right, shalom to the Aqua, the few sisters that do listen to us as well and fall in line with the scriptures to the best of their ability. But another lesson, all right, this is the brother Yahweh from the Great Millstone Chicago camp, basically coming to you with another lesson, and this lesson is on something I was meditating on a couple months back. You know, the Spirit just brought it up, but I was training, you know, in the you know, with a wise man. We was doing some grappling, we was doing some jujitsu, so to speak, and I was like, you know, me as a beginner, and I was like, in this art, I was like, damn, you know, this shit, you know, this some cool ass shit, man, and then just to be on that level was just very heavy, you know, and I was just soaking it in for that day, and he said something that was very key. He said, hey man. And then after that, ironically, it was some world-renowned dudes I seen on the tube, and they said the same shit, and it resonated with me. And the Spirit just brought it back up. But he said, hey, man, you know, a black belt is only a man who mastered the basics. And I said, damn, that's deep. Because as soon as he said it, I got it. You know, I just got it, and I resonated it with the Spirit. And that's how it is in the Spirit. When you're an elder or a bishop or a deacon or an older brother, you really just a man who mastered the basics. And the basics are key. Case in point, I don't even want to bring it up because fuck it, but it's the Spirit, it's the flavor of the week right now. IUIC and the Sabbath, man. Look at that, man. They don't have any understanding. The scripture saying all I get and get understanding. It's no understanding of that. Now they have wisdom to actually know what the Sabbath is, but they don't have any understanding behind that, man. They got the knowledge of the Sabbath, and they don't even really have that because they on that Saturday BS. But nevertheless, that's why you got to get rooted and mastered in the basics, and that's when you get on the level. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai sups with you, so to speak. Like he said at Revelations, I go to the door and I knock. You know, the door of your mind. But this is Proverbs 4:4. He said, he taught me and said unto me, let my heart retain my words and keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. And what is the words of his mouth? The whole Bible. He said, lo, look, I come in the volume of the book. Yahweh Shai is the same yesterday, today, and forever. All right? And he was rooted in this foundation. And he proved that when Satan tried him in the book, I think that's Matthew the 4th chapter or Luke the 4th chapter. It's in the gospel. When he led the Lord on the temple, you know, at the pinnacle of the temple. What did the Lord do? He killed him with the basics because he was rooted and solid in this foundation. He didn't go into some deep-ass breakdown, you know. It says, get wisdom and understanding, forget it not. Not to decline from the words of my mouth, forget her not. And she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and in all thy getting, get understanding. Hey, and when you look up this wisdom in the Hebrew, all right, when you click on it in the blue letter, and I think this is the 7th verse, you know, you can check it out. It has an A definition, and the A definition says a war skill. Ironically, this lesson was inspired by something that was told to me in a martial arts session. And I thought about wisdom, and I thought about the scriptures and fortifying yourself in the basics of the scripture and how you can navigate. But man, through this journey that I have, you know, had in the truth, you know, and Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ratazah, you know, I do it to the end. Through my time being in this truth, man, the basics saved me through so much shit. And whenever I went against the grain of that, the Most High jacked me up. What is the basics, man? Being humble, knowing when to speak, knowing when not to speak, being brotherly, you know, things like keeping the Sabbath, the law, statutes, and commandments, the foundation. Hey, the Apostle Paul in the book of Acts, when he told those men to abstain from idols, you know, the thing, the situation rose up in the book of Acts. He said, abstain from idols, abstain from things strangled with blood. He was giving them the basics. Because if they didn't do that, he knew that they would grow in the spirit. And then that they would be built up. And just like when you go in the wisdom of Solomon, it speaks about idolatry and how that was the beginning of all the other sins, man. Look at these people who go to the so-called Christian church, man. They commit idolatry. And what's coming out of that? Homosexuality, divorce, unruly children, stuff, just all type of wickedness breeding in that so-called church because they don't even understand the basis of the scriptures. Hey, man, I had a conversation with a dude today, man. And I was just going in the ring. He was saying he stayed away from the church, but he believed in the Bible. And I was like, hey, that's the spirit, because I took him back to the slave times. I said, hey, man, we were murdered. It caught his attention, and you don't just randomly talk to people. But I seen the guy a couple times, and I threw some fish words at him. Now, once I said this, depending on how he reacted, I depend on what I was going to deal with him or not. But I deal with him with the stone cold basics. The dude didn't even want to work out no more, man. He was so boggled, but basically I tipped him like this. I say, shit, and I always say this on video, we were murdered for reading the scriptures, but we were force-fed Christianity. So you right. Christianity and the scriptures has nothing to do with each other. Hey, we went to, how the Most High created good and evil, the basis of reincarnation. I took him to St. John, the 9th chapter, in the 1st verse, because he was asking me, why do kids die? Things like that. I presented these basic things to him, man. And you can tell, like, whether he get it or not, that's on him. But it was so uplifting to his spirit, man. We even went to murder and killing. And I went to the Hebrew and I showed him the difference. Hey, man, because he was venting, man. He was even telling me, a motherfucker rolled up on him and it kind of created something in his head. He don't feel shameful for doing it. For a man violated him in his household, and he played for keeps, so to speak. And the police, everything was cool, whatever. He got away with it because he was defending himself. But I was explaining to him the difference in that, and it was just these hard basics, man. You don't know the effect that they have on our people and that they have on our journey in the truth. So you really got to be rooted in that. But that's just the spirit, man. Now I'm gonna read what Yahweh Shai said. This is St. Matthew 22 and verse 36. It said, Master, which proves to you a master. Hey, going back to that slavery BS, talking about obey your master. Hey, your master is the person that teach you these scriptures, man. That's what a master is. Hey, going even back to martial arts. Hey, Bruce Lee is a master teacher. He ain't a damn slave master. He a damn martial arts teacher. What's the dude from the movie Master IP? It says that you gotta master these basics, man. It's deep. This is Matthew 22 and 37. Yahweh Shai, Silaki 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahweh Shai said unto him, Thou shalt love Yahweh thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thy love thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. And those are the basics of the law. And that proves to you, stupid ass, you buffoons in the Christian church, all right, acting a goddamn fool, screaming and jumping, and patting your head with a towel, talking about Jesus wept. That proves to you that the law is not done away with, man. The law is not done away with. How is the law done away with in the Apostle Paul keeping the feast? All right, all in the New Testament, and even in the last book of Revelation, it tells you he who takes away from this will partake in the plagues, paraphrasing. But nevertheless, man, Akim is deep to master the basics, man. Like the Elder Malcolm always said, you drown the man with milk, man. You don't have to, the breakdowns and the history part, that come in the other parts that's actually very deep. That come to you when Yahweh Shai knock on the door of your mind and sup. But if you ain't keeping the basics, like being humble, keeping the Shabbat, all right, not speaking out of turn, just things you learn to master throughout your journey in the spirit, preferring your brother, things of that nature. The Lord ain't gonna reveal to you nothing deep, man. He gonna reveal to you something deep so you can teach another motherfucker and kick your ass out. How about those apples? The Lord will do that for sure. All right, don't be that guy. This is Psalms 119 and 167. It says, "My soul hath kept thy testimonies and loved them exceedingly." All right, the stories of our forefathers, the laws, the statutes, the commandments. "I have kept thy precepts and thy testimony, for all thy ways are before me. Let my cry come near before thee, O Yahweh, and give me understanding according to thy word." And that's what King David wanted. He wanted them precepts and them testimonies to be reinforced in him. This is 109. It says, "My soul is continually," Salakia, "my soul is continually in thy hand, yet I do not forget thy law." All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to read up. I have this psalm is just so deep, man. And it goes into how you need to reinforce that law. Like the Apostle Elder Tahar says, man, a lot of dudes teaching about the law, they don't even understand it. You look at them fringes. That's an inside thing for, one of the last videos he did, But, this is 105, Psalms 119 and 105. "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." All right, and that's what this does. But once you reinforce the basics of the law, the Lord reinstills this. Hey, King Solomon is the perfect example, man. What he asked for was the basics. We just read in the Proverbs, get wisdom, and all like get understanding. That's what King Solomon prayed for. And look how much the Lord gave him. All right. Yahweh Shai as Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai and King Solomon is the same person in different lifetimes. Hey, what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, "But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." So you worry about the basics, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he does the rest. King Solomon asked for the basics. And the Lord gave him every piece of wisdom you can ever have. All right? The Lord ain't called, for some deep shit, man. The Lord, he chose the foolish to confound the wise, man. That proves the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai within itself, how it goes into that 1 Corinthians, the first chapter. Hey, that no man boast, because the Lord chose you, and built you up. But Akim, through our daily life, through this walk and through our influence that we have on others, man, solidify, reinforce, get that black belt in the basics, man. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai take you far, man. That was just a little something that was on my spirit. Hopefully it was edifying, call aloud in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakadash, that were honest to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, who rule well into the Akim out there pushing and fighting this good fight. We almost out of here, man. Shalom. Endure.